Your body is hiding an organ. Scientists ignored for 100 years. For more than a century, scientists believed they had already mapped the entire human body, every organ documented, every system understood, every hidden structure carefully labeled in anatomy textbooks. Or at least, that's what they thought. Because hidden just beneath your skin is a structure that scientists had been looking at for over 100 years, yet somehow never truly recognized for what it was. It appeared in medical images. Surgeons saw it during operations. Students studied it in anatomy classes. But no one realized it was actually something much bigger, something more important, something that may play a crucial role in how your body absorbs shock, distributes fluid, and even how diseases spread through your tissues. Then, in 2018, researchers finally understood what they had been missing. What they discovered forced scientists to rethink the way the human body is structured. They had overlooked an entire organ hiding in plain sight, and its name is the interstitium, the invisible network inside you. To understand why this discovery shocked the scientific world, we first need to look at how anatomy has traditionally worked. For centuries, doctors believed the body was made of clearly separated organs. The heart pumps blood, the lungs exchange oxygen, the liver filters toxins. Each organ had its own defined boundaries. But the interstitium breaks that idea completely. Instead of being a solid structure like the heart or brain, the interstitium is a massive network of fluid-filled spaces that spreads throughout your entire body. These microscopic compartments exist beneath your skin, around your muscles, along your digestive system, and even surrounding your lungs and blood vessels. Think of it like a hidden shock-absorbing sponge woven through your tissues. This network is filled with fluid and supported by a lattice of collagen and elastic proteins. When your body moves, bends, or experiences pressure, the interstitium compresses and expands, protecting delicate tissues from damage. For decades, scientists thought these spaces were just random gaps between cells. But modern imaging technology revealed something astonishing. They are actually organized structures, forming one of the largest networks in the human body, large enough to be classified as an organ. Why scientists missed it for 100 years? So how did scientists overlook something this important for so long? The answer lies in the way tissue samples are studied. When doctors examine human tissue under a microscope, the sample is usually preserved using chemicals. This process removes fluid from the tissue to stabilize it. But the interstitium is mostly fluid. When that fluid disappears during preparation, the network collapses. What remains looks like dense, solid tissue. So for decades, scientists were unknowingly destroying the very structure they were trying to observe. It was like studying a sponge after squeezing all the water out of it. The real shape simply wasn't visible anymore. Everything changed when researchers began using a technology called confocal laser endomicroscopy. This technique allows doctors to view living tissues in real time without destroying their structure. When they finally looked at the tissue while it was still alive and filled with fluid, they saw something completely unexpected. A vast system of interconnected fluid channels running through the body, a structure no one had recognized before. A shock absorber for your organs. One of the most fascinating roles of the interstitium is how it protects your organs. Your body experiences constant mechanical stress. Every step you take sends vibrations through your skeleton. Every breath expands and compresses your chest. Every movement stretches tissues and muscles. Without protection, delicate cells could be damaged by these forces. The interstitium acts like a biological cushion. Its fluid-filled chambers absorb mechanical shocks and distribute pressure evenly across tissues. This may be especially important for organs that experience constant motion, like the lungs, intestines, and blood vessels. Scientists believe this network helps prevent tiny injuries that could otherwise accumulate over time. In other words, your body may have a hidden shock absorber protecting you every second of the day, the hidden highway for fluids. But the interstitium may do something even more important. It might serve as a transport system for fluid moving through the body. Every day, your tissues release fluids that must be collected and filtered by the lymphatic system. This fluid eventually travels to lymph nodes, where immune cells analyze it for signs of infection or disease. Researchers now believe the interstitium acts as a highway, connecting tissues to the lymphatic system. Fluid flows through these microscopic channels before entering lymph vessels. This discovery could help explain how certain diseases spread through the body. a giant organ hidden in plain sight. What makes the interstitium so remarkable is its sheer size, because it exists throughout the body. Some scientists believe it may actually be one of the largest organs in the human body, yet for decades it remained invisible to modern medicine. Not because it was hidden, but because it was misunderstood. This discovery reminds researchers that even today, the human body still holds secrets waiting to be uncovered. And sometimes the biggest discoveries come from looking at familiar structures in entirely new ways. Could there be more hidden organs? The discovery of the interstitium has sparked a fascinating question among scientists. If something this large could go unnoticed for so long, what else might we still be missing? Modern imaging technologies are constantly improving. Techniques that allow doctors to observe tissues in real time are revealing structures that were once impossible to see. Some researchers believe the future of anatomy may include redefining other biological systems that were previously misunderstood. In other words, the human body might still contain surprises we haven't yet recognized. The hidden complexity of the human body. When you look in the mirror, it may feel like the human body is already fully understood. After all, medicine has mapped genes, transplanted organs, and even performed robotic surgeries. But discoveries like the interstitium remind us of something extraordinary. The human body is still one of the most complex systems in the universe. Trillions of cells interacting through networks we are only beginning to understand. Structures hidden not because they are small, but because they are so integrated into the body that we never thought to see them differently. A discovery that changed anatomy. The discovery of the interstitium didn't just reveal a new organ, it changed the way scientists think about human anatomy itself. For generations, the body was seen as a collection of separate organs working independently. But the interstitium shows that the body may be far more interconnected than we ever imagined. A living network where fluids, cells, and structures constantly interact. A system where even the spaces between tissues may have important biological functions. The secret inside your body. Right now, inside your body, this hidden network is quietly doing its job, absorbing pressure, moving fluids, protecting tissues, and possibly influencing how diseases travel through the body, all without you ever noticing it exists. For more than 100 years, scientists looked directly at this structure without realizing what it truly was, which raises an incredible thought. If something this important could remain hidden for so long, what other secrets might still be waiting inside the human body? Because sometimes, the greatest discoveries are not about finding something new. They're about finally understanding what has been there all along. A new clue in the spread of cancer. One of the most important implications of this discovery involves cancer. Cancer often spreads through a process known as metastasis, where tumor cells break away from their original location and travel to other parts of the body. Scientists have long known that cancer cells frequently spread through the lymphatic system, but exactly how they reach these vessels has not always been clear. The interstitium may provide the answer. Because its fluid channels connect directly to lymph vessels, they may act as pathways that allow cancer cells to travel more easily through tissues. If this theory is correct, understanding the interstitium could help doctors develop new ways to detect or slow the spread of certain cancers. It might even help explain why some cancers metastasize faster than others. Research into this possibility is still ongoing, but the implications are enormous.